The banks of the Ohio River. There's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On first down, Breeze. Looking for Gannon, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
Running with Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought. Down. Now a play fake here on first down. And this one complete to Julius Thomas. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On second down, Kamara. And now running right through it. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Good set.
Now Breeze on the bootleg. And Watson has it right side. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got it first and goal at the 6.
Ready?
try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Again, it's Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hold, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90!
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett is going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And Eifert has it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Ohio.
Brissett to throw on first. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And this is now a one-point game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Andrew Billings coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Jordan Willis in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 59 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Working from the gun. It's Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Come on, let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit the tackle to Kurt Coleman.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Come on, let's go! White 90!
On 3rd down, Brissett steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Slam!
2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this.
Here we go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
A 1st down throw for Brissett. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Craig Robertson coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Brissett now on 2nd down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go. White 90. White 90.
It's third and long for Brissett. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. And maybe some indecision on what to do, and they're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So on is the lefty, Kevin Huber, to kick it away for the Bengals here on fourth down. Back deep, the veteran Ted Ginn. Now it's Ginn. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The second quarter score from KC. The Chiefs have opened up a 2-touchdown advantage. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Right back to him on first down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Mostert now to return. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. To throw, Brissett. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Come on, let's go. Brad 38. Brad.
A A second down throw for Brissett. That's complete to John Ross. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Mixon with a first down carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Play fake. Here's Brissett. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And the Bengals on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. From the gun, here's Brissett. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And a solid run down inside the 30. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Third and short yardage. Brissett complete to the right side. It's Eifert. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Let's go. What? 90.
second down throw for Brissett. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are in for 6. Bullet good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. Breeze to another longtime vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go. Kill.
They go play action here on first down. Throw left side taken in by Meredith. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Here we go.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
21. Got it.
Play action. Breeze. And that is incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
21.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Let's go. What? 90.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. Second down, Brissett. Oh, that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
On second down, here's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Andrew Billings. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Breeze to throw on second down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Detroit! All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. Gone.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Being chased down the way. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And out now, here come the Bengals. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Come on, let's go. White, 90. White, 90.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On the bootleg, it's Brissett sliding out of the pocket. On the right side, caught by Green. And a nice gain at 21 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And bulldozing his way through. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Come on, let's go. White, 90.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he's got room. Finding room to the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Come on, let's go. White, 90. White, 90.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Bullock out now to kick this one away. On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's caught by Meredith right side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Back to the air on second down. Kelly dancing to his left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play, only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers, everyone got involved to force a fourth down.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out in the pistol. Kelly. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Looking to throw on second. Here's Kelly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathed a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bengals, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Bullvols.